last couple of days. So I'm gonna listen to the message of 333, which the number 3 I attribute it to the Gemini energy. I attribute it to like a very childlike energy, and expressive energy. So about expressing yourself, expressing your art, expressing through your voice, through your throat chakra. So that means I gotta talk a little bit more. Of course, with my brand name being Hear Me Roar, I love to talk. Something that's shocked me, because I was living in my own bubble for a couple of years, not really paying that much attention to the outside world. I thought that men had become less misogynistic. That's what I thought I was seeing, that's what I thought I was feeling, but apparently that has not been the case. Apparently men nowadays are just as misogynistic as the elders were, which was supposed to be moving forward. I was in a peyote ceremony, and that was something that we talked about, in terms of misogyny. It's so bad that it's scary. In 2022, I found myself debating with men about the toxicity of Andrew Tate. Like people say, oh, the word toxic masculinity, oh, y'all are hating on men. No, we're just hating on the toxic aspects that can come from masculinity, and it should not have to be toxic. Like Andrew Tate is literally inspiring 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, like little boys are watching this dude, and young men are watching this dude, and they're praising him. He's in jail right now for sex trafficking, and they are still defending him. They are aspiring to be like Andrew Tate, someone who used the loverboard method to sex traffic women. He's a weirdo. He's a weirdo. He's a complete weirdo. And I found myself having to argue with men, even men in the spiritual community, about how toxic he is, and that legit baffled me. I was flabbergasted. I'm just like, are you freaking serious? Like, where is the critical thinking? Where is the love of self? And where's the respect for the feminine? He said things like, women are the property of men. They have to do everything that a man says, no matter what. And you've seen preachers come out and try to say this as well. He said that like rape victims played a part in their being raped, saying that they are to be blamed for being raped. If they were raped, that means they put themselves in a position to be raped. And he's also said that things that like 16, 17, 18-year-old women, they're the ones, I'm gonna say girls, they're the ones that are fertile, and like older than that, they're not so fertile, that they're calling women run through and things like that. So really old beliefs that are just very bad and should not be brought into 2023. I should not even have to talk about this dude, but alas I have to, because how is it that so many people are indoctrinated in that way of thinking, And this dude is so homophobic and so transphobic, and he talks shit. He talks shit to the people that are giving him money, right? And his favorite movie, he said, oh, he doesn't watch movies, but he's always talking about The Matrix, so clearly he does watch movies. And in that movie, The Matrix literally was made by 2 trans women, and it's actually a movie about figuring out that you're trans. So clearly, Andrew Tate is not straight. There's no way that this dude is straight. To be this homophobic and transphobic typically means that someone is dealing with internalized homophobia and internalized transphobia. For him to feel that he needs to display his masculinity so much, to dominate so much, means that he's got some deep insecurities, and it's so clear. And it's also clear that he's not connected to his own feminine energy whatsoever, because the way that he sees feminine to be controlled, to be used, to be, literally he had these women in his homes with security guards with guns, keeping them, telling them what to do. So women were not. He mentioned that if you live a fulfilling life, you will be rewarded with a family, you will be rewarded with friendship, you will be rewarded with participation within the community. And then the other dude defending Andrew Tate mentioned like, well, why would an 18-year-old care about all that? Let's market to 18-year-olds. Let's market like, oh yeah, get the cars, get the women, disrespect them, just have sex with them and don't really love them. Like, that's what they want to market to young men. Like, why? These young men are eventually going to be grown men one day, so why even market that crap to them? Why market capitalism to them? As Andrew Tate says, I'm trying to help you break out of the matrix, but all he does is to tell you to do exactly what the matrix wants you to do, to consume, to conquer, to walk over people, to not be a community, to not take care of this planet. He legit was bragging to Greta Thunberg, whatever her name is, about having all these cars and not caring about. And what was sad about that clip too was that there was one woman on there, her name is the Pearly Thing, something like that, very toxic woman by the way, has totally gulped totally swallowed toxic masculinity within her. That also showed that toxic masculinity is not just within men. It can be within anybody, whether you're a man or woman or non-binary, trans, whatever. You can have toxic masculinity within you. It does not matter. She was like, after he mentioned like, yeah, be a good member of society and you'll get these things. You'll get a family, a friendship. And he's like, what are you, a girl? She called him a girl for wanting good things, for wanting a peaceful society. So now peace is attributed to femininity, and I guess masculinity is attributed to war, to violence, to anger. I guess we cannot be men without being angry, without wanting to destroy things, without wanting to conquer things. And that's why I always say this toxic masculinity is tied with the patriarchy. It's tied with like, don't get it twisted. Decolonization is the path that we need to go on. I'm telling you, if you're following any social media pages to where like they're talking about justice and getting to the root of things, it has to be about decolonization, because the spirit of the colonizer is very much present all around the world, and anybody can be colonized, whether you're white, black, whatever you are, whether you're man, woman, non-binary, trans. You can decolonize, and I think all of us have some aspects of colonization within us. You know, when you look at me, it took me a long time to get to where I am today, to be able to have my beard, to have my dreads, to be able to not be shaving all the hair on my body, to actually love my body as it is. It took a while for me to get here. I have to decolonize myself, and I still have some decolonization to do. You know, and I'm gonna talk more about that in my YouTube channel, so definitely subscribe. But yeah, decolonization is the key here, man, and keep an eye out.